everyone, welcome back to Adobe Live. Thank you for sticking with us this morning. I'm Kathleen and this is Chantal Jahchan. Welcome.
Hi guys.
Yay, so you are visiting all the way from St. Louis.
Yes.
Correct. Welcome to San Francisco. That is where we are streaming from. And if you are just tuning in, everyone, make sure you're logged in on Behance. So be.net/live, so you can be chatting with us, asking questions, and sharing your work, because we do have a kind of a contest or a question that we want you guys to answer today. We want you to solve the problem of designing a album cover. So the title is San Fran, because that's where we are, and we want you to use either Photoshop, InDesign, or Illustrator to design your album cover. You could use a template. You could really do whatever you want. All it has to be is a square designed with Illustrator, InDesign, or Photoshop, or all three. Someone says they love the stickers. It is very sticker-fied.
Not talking about my one sticker.
I'm usually using a different computer, so I'm like, what is he talking about? Yeah, it's a little stickered up right now. So, Chantal, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure.
Tell these lovely people what you do and where you're from.
Sure. So I'm Chantal, as you guys know. I am a senior at Washington University in St. Louis.
Do you guys have a mascot?
The Bears.
Go Bears!
We're not a very sports-oriented school.
No.
But we do have a mascot.
Great.
And so that's where I am coming from right now, is St. Louis, but I'm originally from New York. And a lot of my work, I'm going to pull up my Behance maybe to show it.
Behance, huh?
Yeah.
That's where we are right now. We're inside Behance. It's nice in here.
So yeah, the program at school tends to be like more print-based, but I try to go out of my way to do some digital stuff. I can show some of my more recent projects.
Yeah.
So this one basically was thinking about how to turn a podcast into a print project.
Oh, what?
So it's based on this really strange podcast from 99% Invisible.
Yeah.
About this like waste isolation site in New Mexico. So it's all about radioactive waste and how we might warn people like 10,000 years in the future like, not to dig there.
Don't do anything here.
Yeah. So it's cool. They talked a lot in the podcast about language and like signs and symbols and how they might change over the years. So it was a lot of fun turning something from audio to print and thinking about like what kind of things change and how to translate certain things.
Yeah, things that you don't even know. It's the future. You don't know how it's going to change.
Yeah.
So maybe
you don't know what it looks like.
Yeah, you could be influencing it. Who knows? So are most of the projects on your Behance school projects or personal or?
I think it's a decent mix. Like for example, this app was something I did on my own time because I think it was like junior year. I freaked out because I didn't have any digital work.
Yeah.
And so I just like took a weekend or a few days and came up with this idea for an app that I wish existed.
What is it?
It's called Typekit. It's basically, I didn't build it, I just came up with the idea, but it would identify a font when you take a photo of it.
Yeah. Did you know Adobe has something like that?
I know there are like a bunch of new ones.
Okay.
Now. I came up with it first.
Yes, we stole it. Sorry, Chantal.
I know there are a lot of like cool ones on the web. Like I have this font face ninja. It basically like tells you stuff on the web. But yeah, this one was like an idea for like in the real world how to see stuff.
I love the way that you built the icon or the logo. That's so cool.
The little shovel thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember how I got to that. I guess a lucky, I don't know.
That's how it happens sometimes.
But yeah, so this one, for example, had nothing to do with class, and I learned how to use XD, which was fun.
I think an XD sticker on my laptop.
Yeah, best way to learn a program, I think, is to just like make up a project and go with it.
That's a good answer to a question that we get a lot on Adobe Live. Like, how do I start in InDesign or Illustrator? It's like, that's a great way.
Yeah, watching tutorials is nice, but I think unless you have like a specific thing in mind, it's hard. I mean, it's hard for me to like focus and sit there and not like be doing something. So it's easier for me to go through with the project, and then when you hit a road bump, then you sort of look for that tutorial.
Right, and with tutorials, if it has a project already laid out for you, your end product is usually not something that you would have designed. It's kind of like artificial.
Right.
So this is nice, nice and organic.
Yeah.
Kaylee, how do we get an XD sticker? That's a great question.
Oh yeah, so basically, if you get featured, you basically get these on your profile.
Oh,
and
okay.
they're just PNGs. So if you get featured, you just like take one and you can put it on your cover image.
Yoink.
I think Behance used to do it automatically,
Oh.
and people still do it. I don't know. I think it looks cool.
So I think she was asking about the sticker on my laptop, but that's actually really cool that you got featured. Looks like you got featured a couple times.
Yeah.
A couple different places. That's awesome. Yeah. I've been dumpster diving at Adobe headquarters. That's how I got mine. No lie. Actually, someone just handed it to me. Pretty much the same thing. So like I said previously, we do have a challenge for you all in chat, and that is to create an album cover with the title of San Fran. So maybe we can look at a couple that were not shown last segment, but we want to make sure to consider them for this. So this is really cool by Joel, and some of these might have already been shown. Sorry if I'm re-showing a couple.
Cool.
Very San Francisco, very gritty.
Yeah, I like the colors.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Very Polaroid.
Yeah.
San Fran sounds. Are there 3 or 4 streams today? There are 3 this week.
Yeah, I think we saw that one on the previous
Oh, cool.
stream.
Nice job. Pastel colors. Postcard. The Great Fake Band by Rad Studios. Nice. They even have a little San Francisco postal mark right there. Nice detail. San Fran, yes. Holy place. Full of pigeons. Can confirm. Can you affirm that you've confirmed some pigeons?
Pigeons, yeah.
That you've seen?
A few, yeah.
Got in last night,
mean,
but you saw.
New York is pretty bad with pigeons.
That's
so.
true. Very true. This is by Francesca.
Nice.
Very pretty. It's almost like a crystal flower.
It's really peaceful.
It is, yeah, definitely. Whoa, movements within synesthesia. Wow. The person who made this in chat, do you have synesthesia?
It's cool. It looks like a painting. Like I see a face
Mm-hmm.
there.
Yep, me too. Totally. It's like organic mixed with some graphic elements. This is by Julia. We might have seen this already too. But very nice, very rad.
Retro.
80s, yep. Totally. Lost in the blur. Nice, so you use the image that we provided in the challenge tab at be.net/live. If you want to use this as a template chat, you are welcome to, or you can just do it on a white square like this.
I think we saw that one too, actually.
Nice, thank you. Become in peace. Nice job.
Rabid Dream.
Mm-hmm. This is kind of similar to this one.
Yeah.
Similar feel.
I think we saw that one too. I do like it though.
I do like it too. Yeah, nice palette. You might have seen this one too.
Mhm.
Amara, nice job. Also used the template. This is by Mitch. Nice. Cool. Little cityscape. Where are we? I don't think you can see where we are on this map. Nice. Music is love. Got this by SM. San Fran, San Fran, San Fran. I see a lot of people are doing this repeating text. Yeah.
Trendy right now.
Very, very much so. Nice. Ooh, another more painterly. Bridge between hearts. There's Sausalito over there. San Fran over here. Ooh, City Lights remix. That repeated type. Nice job, Fernando. Andraja did Connect to Nature. EP, single out. Nice.
Cool. I like that dot.
Mm-hmm. It almost looks like it's fruit.
Yeah.
Repeating shape. By Trond, Fly Butterfly. Ooh. Nice, and we have one more to look at right now. San Fran, wow, this is cool.
I like that.
Mm-hmm, looks like hand-done hand lettering. City by the Sea. Nice job, Anthony. So we will look at more in just a couple minutes, but I wanted to get some shown to you right away so you can be inspired for this challenge. You have about an hour and 20 minutes to get your submissions in, and at the end, Chantal will pick a winner. And that winner will win a free year of Creative Cloud.
Wow.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
Really nice. We are also going to be doing a giveaway though. So if you don't win the contest or the challenge, don't worry about that. We will be doing a giveaway. And I think I'll ask you if we'll be giving away Photoshop pillow, Adobe socks, or an Illustrator pillow. You think about it.
Okay.
We'll come back to this. Yes, we'll come back to this in about 40 minutes. Maybe chat, you can let us know which one you'd want to win.
Yeah, let's see which one you guys want.
Yeah, so let us know. I think a lot of people were excited about the socks.
Yeah, that was sort of my first inclination.
Cool, and if you want to find the challenge info, go to be.net/live, click on the challenge tab, and let's jump into what you're going to be working on today and for the next 3 days.
Yeah, so I put together a little brief just to help articulate the purpose of what I'll be doing and just keep me focused in case I trail off. But so I'm going to be doing a zine focused on Erykah Badu, the queen.
She is.
So, but basically this will be issue 1 of what would maybe become like a series of zines. And I was thinking, and we could see what the chat thinks about this, but I was thinking that the purpose of this zine could be to celebrate female creatives of color, because I felt that you have these like prominent magazines like Vulture, let's say, but a lot of the times the people featured are predominantly male and predominantly white, so I thought it'd be nice to give a platform for like marginalized people and really highlight them and celebrate them. So that's what I was thinking for the overall purpose. And for the content, I was thinking of doing both two pieces of writing. The first one is a profile from The New Yorker, written by Khalifa Sana, and the other one is an interview from Vulture with Erykah Badu that actually became like super controversial online because she said something about Hitler being a great painter and people freaked out. But I'm not gonna go into that.
Yeah, that's not what this is about.
No. And then I actually pulled some of her album covers for some visual inspiration. And some words that I thought go well with her personality. I'm not like super big on mood boards, so I'm more about like words and I don't know. I feel like having a mood board for this, I want like the text that I've read to be the mood board sort of thing. But these words like empower, stimulate, move, ignite, awaken, some of those are actually taken from her Instagram bio. She's
nice.
Yeah.
She's like, this is who I am, literally.
And then some words used to describe her in the articles were regal, mystical, and motherly. So she's sort of like a lot of things at once, and that's why I chose her. I think it'd be really interesting to try to capture that.
Yeah.
And then here are some of her album covers, and I took little color swatches from the 2 that I liked most.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, those do have interesting palettes. I also like this butterfly one, that palette.
So she's both like, she has like a lot of like earthy tones, but also these futuristic cool colors.
Right.
And I thought maybe like assigning one to each piece would help differentiate them.
I had no idea she's been making music for that long. What's that oldest album?
1997, yep.
Wowzers.
I was 1 year old.
What?
Yeah.
Chat? How old were you in 1997? I mean, I wasn't much older. I was like 5, but still.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, I definitely wasn't listening to her since birth, but that I do like her older stuff a lot.
Yeah, you can appreciate it now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So what else? Oh yeah, so then I have, in terms of content besides the text, I have a lot of these photos. All these ones on the left page are actually from Adobe Stock, which I recently started using. I actually, before that, didn't realize it was a resource where you could get not like your typical stock photos, but you could get like specifically editorial photos.
That's awesome.
It's really just like an expansive library of all kinds of things.
Yeah.
So you can own the rights to a photo if it's for like non-educational purposes.
Right.
Most of my work is like speculative and not like real client work. So in
Not
general,
yet.
not yet. Yes. So typically, like owning the rights to a photo isn't that big of an issue, but it's good to know for the future.
Right, and with stock, you don't have to buy them. You can just download them as reference. It'll have the stock watermark on it, but it's great reference.
Oh, and there's even videos.
Oh, nice.
From the Olympics.
From the Olympics? I was going to say, this is like updated.
Cool.
Nice.
So yeah, so these ones on the left, it was a lot of like live photos from a lot of her recent concerts. And then these ones on the right are, oh wow, that one's there twice. I think something happened with my links and they got messed up. So some of them are in here twice.
That's
but
all right.
That's okay. So yeah, these are ones I found online.
Cool.
Yeah. And then just like a brief overview of what we'll be doing. Today I'm thinking of like showing how I set up my InDesign document, and my favorite part, choosing type and setting it, and then just like setting up the master pages and all that kind of thing, and starting to edit the photos. Tomorrow will be layout, and then Thursday will be sort of creating the identity system for the zine.
Nice. I like that day 3 has naming in it. I feel like a lot of times people just jump into that. Like it's the most exciting part. You're
Yeah,
like,
I'm
this is
saving
my
it for
baby.
last.
Yeah, but that's good because you'll have all of these other assets. It'll kind of build itself, and hopefully you can just find a name from the work that you've already done.
Yeah. Yeah, if anyone has any suggestions for the zine name, please. We have till Thursday.
Yes, we got some time.
Cool. Oh, there's my boyfriend.
Which
He's on
one?
the chat, Noah Baker.
He says, I was too.
He was 2 years old.
Welcome,
in 1997.
Noah. Thank you for joining us. Noah, where are you at? Is he in St. Louis also?
He's actually in the Bahamas. He is on vacation.
Well,
Yes.
tuning in on his vacation. What a
Yeah.
pal. Chat, we love to know where you are hailing from. Like I said, we're in San Francisco. I know we've had some people up in the Pacific Northwest. Let us know where you're from. And Jane, you don't own the rights to the photo. You can use the images under the license you purchased. True.
Right.
Yes, you can license the photo, I guess would be the...
Right. You don't officially own it forever. That was not
True.
what I meant.
True. So Skyly's from LA. We've got Atlanta, Georgia, Miami, Newfoundland.
England.
Ooh.
Denver.
Let's see who the farthest person is. Kathmandu might be the furthest place. Could be Poland.
Poland.
The Bronx. Where in New York are you from?
Long Island.
Gotcha. Nice. Hungary, Germany, Kevin, yes.
Wow, these are coming in so fast.
I know. Just wait until we do a giveaway. Then it'll be like going
Brazil,
so fast.
Montreal. Wow, all over.
Nice job,
Hi.
chat. Hello. Nice to see you.
Someone else from Long Island. Cool.
And someone else from Mars. Glad to have a fellow Martian here. Kansas is an ice storm. Oh no, Tim, stay safe. Cool, chat. So if you have any
Beirut.
questions.
Oh my God, that's my childhood friend Maria.
Oh really?
Yeah,
What's up, Maria?
I was born in Lebanon.
Cool.
So a lot of my work has to do with like culture and that kind of thing. Actually, my capstone that I'm working on right now has to do with Lebanon, which I'm like
cool.
super excited
Yeah.
about.
What about Lebanon?
It has to do with specifically through a typographic lens what modernity means for that country. Like in the context of being post-Civil War and in the Middle East,
Yeah.
with like the political climate today.
Right.
But yeah, I'm super excited. That's all I work on and think about.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. You have something you're so passionate about.
Yeah.
Hits close to home. Nancy says, I'm from Lebanon.
Oh, cool.
Munir is from Morocco. Aloha from Hawaii. Awesome. And like I was going to say, if you have any questions for Chantal, whether it's about Lebanon, because it seems like you know a lot about it,
Yep.
or school, being a student, studying graphic design, print, those kind of things, send them over because we are here for another hour and a half-ish. Half Egyptian. Nice, Nadia.
Good enough. Yep.
Cool. So let's
Okay.
see how you set up these InDesign documents. It's always
Sure.
so interesting to see how people do it differently.
I know. It's weird. Like, I feel like there's definitely better ways to do certain things, but we get used to doing it our way.
Yeah.
So it's nice to watch other people and see how they do it.
Yeah, this is one of the things that I've noticed the Adobe Live chat gets really fired up about is like how they
Setting
set
up.
things up or the process behind things.
Yeah.
Because you have your way and it works really well for you.
Yeah. Okay, so first I'm going to put in inches because we are in the US.
True.
And then I was thinking of going with like kind of a non-traditional format just because I thought it would push the layout a little bit to a more funky space.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with like a really vertical looking
Oh,
zine.
yeah.
I'm going to do 4x7. If it looks weird, we can always change it up.
Cool.
Let's say around 30 pages.
Just a couple 30 pages.
I think probably a little less than that, but we'll see. I think it stops being a zine once you get past
It's a book
a certain
now.
number of pages.
It's a magazine.
Yeah. And then margins I'll mess with later. Bleed, I think most printers ask for like 0.125 inches. So I'm going to stick with that. And I believe that's it. Okay. Let's see.
Welcome back, Nicole. Finally have time to watch a stream. We missed you. You've been busy with work or school, I'm assuming? Let us know what your life is like. Nathan says 0.0625, baby. There you go.
That's a pretty small bleed.
Likes to play it dangerous.
Yeah.
Colleen Heyo from Ohio. What's up, Colleen? OH.
So I'm going to go ahead and leave the inside, outside, and bottom margins at 0.5 and then make the top one lower. I think this way when you have facing pages, they're still symmetrical, but you have some space to breathe at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm going to go ahead and put in some guides. I'm not going to call it a grid because I don't think I need additional columns just because it's so thin already.
Right.
But I think I'm going to do some rows. Let's see. I always fit the guides to the margins. I don't know. I just think it works better that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're rarely going outside the margins unless you're being a wild child and breaking your grid.
Yeah. Oh, I will do that.
It'll happen. Stay tuned.
Beware. Yeah, I think that looks about right. I'll probably come back and, you know, change it.
This is so funny. I mean, you are setting up a grid, so it's clear that you like kind of some sort of hierarchy, but Ronnie before was like, everything must be on a grid. It has to be perfect. Snap to grid.
Yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know. I know that I have a tendency to do that, so I try to like push the opposite way.
Gotcha.
But I will always make a grid and I will try to break it. As hard as that is.
That's cool. You know that about yourself.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm like a little too out there, so I have to force myself to like work within confines.
Another good idea is to save your file.
Hey, good tip.
So I'm going to go ahead and start looking at some type options. The first thing I'm going to do actually is I have a Google Doc where I basically just have the text from the articles. So I'm just going to take a paragraph from this one to test out some type.
Dana says Kathleen is very out there. Dana! It's true. I can't argue.
Okay, so this is like my favorite part, so I might spend a little time on this, but I have some like favorite sites that I go to look for type.
Do tell.
I am by no means an expert, just
Not yet.
an enthusiast. Let's see, my internet is being slow.
Just a little slow.
Maybe Typekit will be faster. Magic. Adobe is biased. Oh no, it's still slow.
Could try. Yeah. Rafa is also a grid freak. Jessica says, "What's a grid?" That's where I am right now, Jessica.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll start with Typekit.
Sweet. Tell us about Typekit.
Typekit is an awesome resource that comes with the Adobe Creative Cloud subscription.
True.
I think it used to be that all the fonts were free, but now there's sort of like a marketplace and a free font sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then there's also desktop fonts versus web families. So for my purposes, I'm going to be doing just desktop fonts. So I'm going to uncheck this include web-only families so I don't get excited about things that aren't available. And then there are these really great like searching features. I'm going to start with looking for something for the body text. And let's go with the sans.
Nice. So what do you look for?
Well, basically, I have this sentence here. I'm going to make it kind of small just to see what it might look like as a body copy. But I guess I'm looking for something in this case that is simple enough that it's, legible, not too quirky in that sense, but still has some personality.
Yeah.
You can kind of see right away that some of these are
Maybe a little
too light, or here I can also put the weight in the middle.
Perf. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that you had put in copy already, and I was like, how did it know?
How did they know?
Adobe Sensei is
Erykah
listening.
Badu is the godmother of Soul. Yeah, so...
The fairy godmother of Soul, I would say.
Yes. I think I have some of these already downloaded, but I'm going to go ahead and... let's see.
Liz says, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, West Indies.
Cool.
Nice. Welcome.
Oh yeah, Freight is one of my favorites.
What do you like about it?
I actually like the Freight text the best. I think it's, my opinion, one of the best serifs available on Typekit and in general. I think it's just, this is the sans version, but I think it's just really clean. It works really well to set body type in like editorial formats.
Right.
It doesn't have too much personality. It's kind of like a, I don't know, a workhorse, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I agree. Easy to read.
Yeah. So Freight Sans, I already have it downloaded, so I'm not going to re-download. Let's see what else.
Cool. And if you did want to download Chat, if you haven't used Typekit before, it's really easy, especially since it's connected to your Creative Cloud account. You will download them, and they pretty much automatically appear in your Creative Cloud apps. You might have to kind of sort your fonts or your typefaces within Photoshop or InDesign by Typekit. But as you can see from the top, you can click on Typekit or add fonts from Typekit. Very easy.
Yeah, super easy, instantly syncs, which is nice. Yeah, so I think it helps to sort of see it in the column width in a certain font that you want to try. I think another one that I had from Typekit was Basic Sans. They also have a tendency to make my type really small.
Yeah. What size is that?
This is 10.
Gotcha.
But 10 is different for all different fonts.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do is to print it out, and once you start getting like familiar with certain fonts, you kind of can eyeball it. But yeah, and then I'm just gonna add some spacing after the paragraph just to see it.
Yeah, and Michael says Typekit isn't always instant. Sometimes it takes several minutes to get to your computer. Totally. It still is kind of trickling over from the cloud. Sometimes I'll even have to close the program and reopen it. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty quick, relatively.
Yeah, yeah, it's usually pretty good depending on your internet service.
And if it's not, you can tweet at Adobe Care, and they will take care of you because they're very nice.
Yeah. So this is another one of my favorites, fonts in use. It basically just shows you typefaces being used in context, so you can kind of see it's curated kind of like Behance, but you can submit to them and you can kind of see all these typefaces being used in context, and you can search by format.
Wow.
So like I want to see books, or you can search by typefaces. So I'm gonna search like 90s for a 90s vibe for Erykah Badu. And so these aren't necessarily typefaces that were made in the 90s, obviously, but it's more like if the project mentions it had like a 90s vibe, maybe it would show up here.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Nice way to parse through. That's a good search.
Yeah, it's
technique.
always nice to see them in context, not just like in a type specimen type of thing.
Right.
So Hawthorne is actually, I found it through here. It's one of my favorites too.
Oh, nice.
It has that sort of like retro feel.
It's great.
And this would be more of like a display one, less like a body.
Right. Definitely. Munir wants to know, how do you avoid getting bored when you're designing for a project?
I guess the only time I would get bored is if, I'm feeling like uninspired or, hit a road bump. But at that point, I think sometimes it's good to just step away and go do something else. As soon as I step away from a project, I start missing it, and then I go back.
Aww.
So, yeah.
So sweet.
I miss my project. This is another one I really like, Bureau, Grotesque. It has also like sort of a 90s vibe. I'm a big fan of grotesques. I don't know why. They're just nice and funky.
True.
Yeah. And then let's see, some of the other sites that... Font Review Journal is another really good one.
These are great resources. People are like, wait, what's that site? So it was fonts in use.
Fonts in use, one. Yeah. Typekit, obviously.
Typekit.
And then Font Review Journal.
Mm-hmm.
This, it's actually pretty new. It was started by Bethany Heck, I think like a year or two ago. And it's basically just an in-depth review of typefaces. I think a lot of the internet just shies away from giving opinions on type, maybe outside of Twitter.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It's not all opinions, it's just like reviews, kind of. Okay, so while that loads,
yes,
I will...
Slowly but surely.
There's also Typewolf is another one.
Wow. So how did you find out about all of these resources?
I guess just through being in school for, the 4 years that I have.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you see your peers using something and then you share it. And I don't know, it's a nice collaborative community where
right.
like something that you find becomes everybody's resource. So yeah, Typewolf, I think Jeremiah Schoaf is the guy who does this, but he basically just sends out newsletters and does a lot of lists, like top 10 sans serifs on the internet right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great one. And he doesn't have a search feature, so if you want to learn about a certain typeface, let's say I want to learn about Bureau Grotesque, you would search it with Typewolf in Google, and then it'll come up.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, little workaround, but
Mm-hmm.
it works. Yeah, and then this is Font Review Journal. So I think she does one every week or a couple of weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and just a lot of like type specimens, and she writes about them in depth.
Gotcha. Does she do these designs, or are these kind of found?
Most of them are found.
Mm-hmm.
I think the ones that she does are these sort of like specimens that she lays out, and they're
Right.
pretty standard across the website.
Mm-hmm.
But these other ones are examples of other people's work. But this writing is all hers. It's nice. It's like a nice balance of opinion and fact
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing.
Right.
Nice to read about. You don't get to read about
Yeah,
this kind of
great.
thing that often. Yeah. Okay. So. Oh, I clicked on Sporting Grotesque. This is another beautiful grotesque.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking it might be a little too out there for my purposes.
Right.
But I will give it a shot.
So what makes a typeface grotesque?
That is a great question.
Because it's like I get the feeling, but I don't know the actual parameters.
Yeah. I think some characteristics, honestly, it might be on Typewolf. I'm not sure. But I think this like closed off C or like really small openings.
Gotcha.
Where's the A?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called an aperture. Hopefully I'm not embarrassing myself. These just like really small openings where
Gotcha.
usually there's a big space.
Mm-hmm.
This is not normal. I'm not sure what's going on with this.
A little bit of personality.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as I know. And then like a double story G is pretty standard for grotesques.
Cool.
Yeah.
That works. Chat, if you have more information, please share it. This is not a one-way street. Yes. I'd like to hear from you.
Ew, grotesque.
So grotesque.
Yeah, the name is not attractive. But
no, but it kind of, I don't know, I think it fits what it is.
Yeah, it's like a little funky, I don't know.
It's kind of like oblique and like,
yeah,
really, really there.
So if these are my, what do I have so far for body? I have basic sans and freight sans. Let's do a couple more.
Cool. So how much of this exploration do you usually do? Just until it feels right? Or is it like, I do?
Sometimes I start a project and I kind of know like, oh, I know the perfect, font for this. But a lot of times I just spend a lot of time playing around and reading. The best thing is when a typeface looks right for a project and then you start reading about it and it's like, oh, this was invented for a 90s rock band. And you're like, perfect.
Yes.
So a little bit of seeing how it looks and a little bit of reading about it always helps. And it's definitely not necessary to know, the foundations of a font. It's just sort of like a weird thing that I like to do.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah.
Seems like a lot of people in chat are also a little obsessed.
Cool.
It's a good
Obsession is healthy.
when it comes to this.
Yeah. So this is Founders Grotesque, another grotesque. It is also another one of my favorites. It's nice because it's good for both text and display.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for me to type and talk at the same time.
You end up typing what you're saying.
So yeah, and there's like a bunch of weights.
That's always nice. And it's like a whole family.
Yeah, there's also condensed. I don't like it as much, but it's great. There's also, they have a text version, which surprisingly I don't like as much for text. It sort of is like, it's supposed to be easier to read, but I find that the spacing a little weird. So I'm just going to stick with the regular one.
Right. It looked a little less, I don't know how to say it.
Less
not as
texty.
good.
Yeah. Okay, so for the display, I'm going to have, this is Founders. The other one I saw was Hawthorne.
That one was tasty for sure.
What else did I say? I said Sport and Grotesque.
Mark says, I license all my fonts. Awesome, Mark. Can use them freely.
Yes. I believe that's it. Oh yeah. Bureau.
Cool. Chat, do you have a favorite? Let us know.
Or a favorite like combination of all of these.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe of having some of these be like constant throughout the issues of zines, but maybe Erykah Badu gets like her special featured typeface. I kind of like Hawthorne for that. I feel
love
like it. One of the articles described her as like a mystical sorceress or something. I don't know. I feel like it works for that.
I think so too.
Yeah. And then
just keep thinking of The Hobbit. I'm like, yep, this fits.
Yeah. And then I guess I can show you why I think Sport and Grotesque would not work for the body.
Oh, cool.
I think it's going to be kind of too wide, maybe hard to read.
Let's see.
So this is 9 point. I'm going to have to bring it down to match the 9 point of Founders. But I don't know, if you can zoom in, you can kind of see these details that are maybe meant more for display and make it a little more distracting to read. Whereas this feels more like
so clean.
Normal article.
Definitely.
And these things are sort of just eyeballed. There's no rules really. If it looks right, feels right.
Yeah, definitely. Like this is it's a tool to help other people understand something. So whatever makes it the most clear while still fitting within your kind of hierarchy and rules.
Yeah, definitely.
Systems.
Cool. So I'm going to take out sporting. I think it might be nice to have the body and some of the display be the same if these are both Founders. So maybe these two will be like the zines. The zines font, and then this will be Erykah Badu's like special one.
Chat, what do you think? I think it looks great. And also, I think you might have all seen, chat, that little promotion that popped up, but please do enter the challenge for today. It's different every day, so make sure you come back tomorrow and the next day to find out the differences. But today we are challenging you to make a album cover for an imaginary band called San Fran. So all it has to be is a square album cover. You could use a template or just build it yourself in InDesign, Illustrator, or Photoshop, or a combination of all of them. You've got about an hour, maybe more like 50 minutes to get those submissions in. And if you don't have your submission shown this stream, don't worry, it'll get shown next stream. But the winner of that challenge will win a free year of Creative Cloud. So make sure that you are entering that, and we'll be doing a giveaway in about 20 minutes. So we still don't know which giveaway item you all want. We've got Adobe socks, we've got a Photoshop pillow, and we also have an Illustrator pillow, which is orange and has the AI on it. So, chat, let us know which one you want us to give away, because we'll be doing that, and that's random. All you have to do is be logged into Behance, be.net/live. Log in with your Adobe ID, your Behance ID, and say something in chat. Ask a question, let us know where you're from, let us know your favorite typeface or font. Always interested to see that.
Yeah, favorites are fun. My feet need the socks, so does
my
heart.
Oh, a sock for my heart.
Seems like socks are the most popular.
Cool. Interesting. Socks from Mexico. From Maria. That's awesome. What's up, Miriam? Welcome. Down south, they call it a pillar. You want one of these pillars?
Okay. So, I am going to... I kind of like started setting this type, like choosing the lettering that I wanted, and then I also justified it, meaning
Center?
that left,
Okay.
but meaning that like it reaches the sides on both sides.
Gotcha.
This would be what it looked like non-justified and then justified.
Boom.
Sometimes if your column width is like too narrow and you try to justify it, the spacing gets really weird or there's like too much hyphenation. But if you have like a healthy number of words in your column, it's just usually foolproof.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm going to name this paragraph style body text. And then for hyphenation, I'm going to uncheck hyphenate across column, just so that if a word gets hyphenated here, you wouldn't have to like wait 2 pages to like read it when the text shows up next. Go for better spacing.
People in chat cannot decide what they want. They're like, socks. Wait, actually the pillow though. Wait, but the other pillow.
They want it all.
Yes. I'm not Terry. I cannot give you all of them. I'm sorry.
Did he give them all
Yeah.
away?
He's like, I'm going rogue. Have them all.
Oh no.
Brave soul.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to the master pages and kind of set up my, this word kind of makes me uncomfortable. Marginalia is what it's called.
Ooh.
Stuff in the margins. It's a weird word.
Yes. Well, so I love marginalia, but like the little illustrations that are in like illuminated manuscripts, that's the marginalia I love.
Yeah.
So I've never actually heard this.
This
like,
use of it.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do for now, since we don't have a name for the zine, is I'm just gonna make it the name of our feature lady.
Cool.
I'm gonna insert page numbers.
Do you have a special, like you always enter page numbers after you set up this thing? Like, do you have a workflow that you always go through?
Not
more like a
necessarily.
checklist?
I think setting this up first helps you not feel like you have a totally blank page that you're working off of. Just even like a little bit of texture that you get from this helps you set everything else. Okay, maybe I should do this. And then I always come back and sort of edit this as well.
I think that's a good point though, like feeling like you're not just working on a blank canvas, getting some stuff put down. You can always change it later.
That's also part of the nice thing about having a grid. Like, even if it's invisible when you print, at least it's there, like, to not make it blank when you first start out.
Right. I think that's a great tip for people who are just starting out with graphic design or typesetting, anything. Don't be too intimidated by something blank. Help yourself out a little bit.
Yes, definitely. Okay. So I'm going to put those at the top. And then I was thinking, since zines are usually like printed on like cheapish materials, I might do this on newsprint.
Oh, nice.
So this isn't something I always do, but if I kind of know I'm going to use a certain paper color, I might set the background not black.
That'd be crazy.
But like to a light gray. It doesn't seem like it makes a big difference, but it kind of, I don't know. I don't like being surprised when I print something out. So this kind of helps.
Right. And that was a great point you made earlier about printing out your testing, when you're testing sizes.
Yeah, definitely.
Like that makes such a crazy difference.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is design this whole scene and make it perfect and then print it out. And like, oh, anyone over, 20 can't read that.
Yes.
Too small.
Right. My problem was usually the typeface was too large because I just like want things to be very readable.
I always make things too small. Gotcha. I just like them small.
So cute.
Yeah. Okay, so I have my paragraph styles. I guess the next thing to do would be to get the text all in there.
Just throw it in there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start with this Godmother of Soul from the New Yorker profile.
Cool. Yes, we do have a giveaway in 15 minutes. Thank you, magical banner above us. We'll be giving away maybe socks or maybe a pillow. We will see. And when we do the giveaway, that means you've got about 30 minutes left to get your submissions in.
So I'm gonna delete those for now. What I'm gonna do is, I've already shortened this article from when I copy and pasted it from the New Yorker. just because it's a zine and it can't be like that long. So what I'm gonna do is just set it up, see how many pages we get out of it. And then we can start doing fun stuff with the photos.
This part is so satisfying to me. It just like does it for you.
I know, sometimes it just seems never ending though.
True.
Oh, there we go. Okay, 12 pages, or more like 10. Not too bad. People can read that.
Ooh, Laura has a question. What is the best way to handle text justified or aligned to the left?
It really depends on what you're going for. In my case, the reason I went with justified is because you can see when you zoom out, the text sort of like creates these shapes. Whereas if it was left aligned, it's not symmetrical, and then it's more like ragged.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really a personal preference. There are some designers who will like never justify anything. It depends. Like I think newspapers justify, magazines don't always.
Yeah.
That's just my observation.
I think when you have this much copy, like this many actually pieces of information on the page, when you justify, there aren't these huge gaps of like space. So I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, and these text boxes are linked. So if I like highlight something here, it's connected there. So if I delete this, nothing's really getting deleted. It's just going to the next one.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So we can start with editing some photos.
Hey. Ooh, we have another text question.
Yes.
Speaking of those big blank spaces between words when you do justify, Jan Eric wants to know, how do you avoid the rivers of white space when making them justified?
So there's no like magic way to do it, really. You just have to like sit down at the end of when you're designing stuff and sort of like find those rivers. And then let's say I think there's too much space in this line here. Then maybe I would force this 2 to come up there. It's really just like kind of like a puzzle process where you fix one line and then the next 2 get messed up and you go back and forth. It can be therapeutic, and it can be like, it can make you want to pull your hair out.
Right, especially if it's right at the end where you're like, I already designed all this stuff, I can't mess it up now.
Yeah, it helps to print and sort of like draw out where you see those lines.
Yeah.
But again, if you have a column width that makes sense for your type size, it won't be too bad.
Right. Yizhao says that they dislike using justification when working with German because the words are really long. So I'm sure that causes an issue.
Yeah, long words are tough, especially if you don't like having too many hyphens.
Right.
So I'm going to go ahead and open this super cool photo in Photoshop.
Yay. I was worried that you were going to be editing them in InDesign, which is possible.
Yeah.
But
I'm not that crazy.
No, it's nice to show some cross workflow.
Yeah.
Look at her.
She's so beautiful.
She is.
We should just leave this here.
We're done. Bye, guys.
So what I'm going to do is first go ahead and put this in grayscale. And the reason I'm doing that is so that I can now go into duotone and have some fun messing with some colors.
Ooh.
I think when you have like a wide range of photos that are both in color, black and white, all different crazy colors, and you're trying to get like a cohesive looking zine, and you're not the one art directing and taking the photos, this is kind of a way to like, I don't know, make them all look like they belong together.
That's great. It's like using the same filter.
Yeah. So duotone, I think, is for when you're literally printing with like 2 different inks that are getting overprinted, but I like using it anyway.
Yeah, it's a good
aesthetic.
aesthetic.
I'm not planning on doing that. And I spent a lot of time playing around with these, and I actually have some presets saved.
Oh, sweet.
This one is based on the orange and the green from that first
the album cover?
Album cover, yeah.
Nice.
So it creates this sort of earthy color. And what I'll do after this is kind of mess with the levels a little bit. There are definitely better right ways to do this, but I just eyeball it. You know.
Yeah. You kind of know it works.
Yeah. I want to make sure we get those like dark greens and also some of these middle tones.
Yeah. It's nice. You're kind of crunching the shadows.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I think when I'm done editing, I'm going to return it to CMYK just so it goes into InDesign in a good way. Like, I think when you literally move the PSD file, it is slower. It takes some time to read.
Oh, nice.
So where are you?
Here you go. Skylar says that they like how you're using the colors from the past albums. Yeah, got a little bit of reference.
Yeah, color's not my forte when I try to go like off the top of my head. So it's always really nice to have some sort of reference to pull from.
Nice. So how did you do that so quickly?
So the command, as soon as I try to like remember what my fingers did, I can't.
Yeah.
I think it's Shift, Option, Command, C.
Cool.
Which is fit to frame. There's definitely somewhere here. Let's see. I also love typing stuff into the fit. Yeah, so it would be under Object, Fitting, Fit Frame, or Fit Content to Frame.
There you go.
Just kidding. Something like that.
Yeah, she's all stretched.
Yeah. And so, let's see. I think having these photos is nice, but I also just want to kind of make them my own and do something a little bit more expressive. So maybe do some overlapping.
Ooh.
I know one of the words that was discussed a lot in these interviews was vibrations. So I think maybe like overlapping some stuff. Let's see.
I like this. It's not just typesetting, it's actually like some artistic choices.
Yeah, I think having it be a zine and not like an official magazine publication type of thing allows me to be a little bit more expressive and less rigid.
Yeah, I noticed this colored border thing you did with your Jaden Smith project.
Oh, yeah.
Where you changed the border for how many retweets his tweets got. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a fun project. So yeah, I mean, I usually... So I just put a colored box over the background, and I'm just messing with the transparency. I like this orange one, but I'll keep going.
Nice. Daniel, the duotone in the menu. So if you're in Photoshop and you go up to color mode, I believe it has to be in grayscale first. Yeah, image mode, grayscale
first, then duotone.
And then duotone is one of the other options.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to go with overlay. Maybe not. Let's see.
Maybe not. maybe not. So Heidi wants to know, since you're a student, do you have plans for after you graduate, like freelancing, or would you be more into agency work?
I am working on all of that.
Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah, I'm currently applying to a lot of places. Hopefully I'll be in New York. But I don't have anything like set up yet. Yeah. Hopefully soon. But yeah.
Good luck.
Thanks.
It's a crazy time, but a good time. Yeah. Have you had any experiences with internships or dealing with clients that might be helpful to other people who are starting out?
Yeah, so last year I had an internship at Moment in New York.
Oh, cool.
They're this sort of like small to medium-sized design consultancy. And what I did there was work on this sort of like experience design. I don't know if you'd call it that. It was sort of like a speculative project where we designed a product that would help immigrant parents teach their child their native language. So it wasn't like down my normal road of like graphic design and like print design and all of that, but it was a really great learning experience. This is what we came up with. So there was a little bit of design. I met some really cool people. I actually found the job through an alumni that works there, so that's always a good way to find jobs, is to connect with people once they graduate and, you know, go out of your comfort zone. Doing this product design thing was sort of the way for me to figure out that I do like it, but maybe I need to do something that's more visual or more visually focused as opposed to research focused type of thing. Yeah. Yeah, in terms of, I would say definitely emailing an alumni is a lot easier than cold emailing, like, you know, a big head of agency somewhere.
Right. It makes all the difference to actually know someone or have some sort of connection. Like on LinkedIn, it's like, are we actually connected?
Yeah, it's always good to have an intro to someone. Okay, so
Ooh, Caesar has a question. Can you explain about bleed and how spreads work?
Sure. So a bleed is basically this area. It's kind of like a error margin for printers. So like when you print something double-sided, sometimes it's a little bit offset. And when you crop it to the actual page size, you want to make sure you don't have like a blank part of it because it misaligned. So that's what the bleed is for.
It's like a safety
net. Yeah, it's nice. And so you want to make sure your images go past the bleed, even though they may not show when it's actually cropped.
Right.
So anything outside the bleed is most likely won't show, but it could.
It could.
So, yeah. So don't put anything weird in there. Yeah. So you can see that.
Yeah, I really like how you flipped her orientation.
Yeah, I feel like it
in.
helps create some movement in there.
Yeah, and somebody said that they thinks that she should be facing like the content that the reader is reading. So it's interesting.
Yeah, there are definitely interesting theories about like if you have like a car driving in a photo, it should be like facing the center page and not driving off the page. Yeah,
then you go with it.
Yeah, stuff you don't think about.
Yeah.
But let's see.
Nice. And while you're working on the next thing, maybe I can show a couple more submissions for the challenge we have for you all. Chat, go to be.net/live, click on the challenge tab if you want more info. But we have some submissions that are already submitted. The challenge is to make an album cover for a band called San Fran. So this is recorded live in Seattle, but it's called San Fran by Dana. Nice. She's repping her home state.
It looks like it's moving.
I know. Like when I move my eyes, it's like, whoa. Nice little user experience there. And we also are going to be doing a giveaway in 3 minutes, so stick around for that. This is by Daniel. Children's Philharmonic Summer Concert Series.
Cool. I like that the record has the pattern on it too.
Really nice job, Daniel. San Fran, yes, we are open. Nice. I like this little copy here at the bottom and the little badges.
What does it say there in the bottom?
Adobe Live Edition for creative brains.
Cool.
It's like study music, what you listen to. EDM glitch music. Woo! All of this blurred or blended type.
Yeah.
Nice. Whoa, up and away. San Fran. Nice. I think the
I like the
legibility's... Yeah, I like it. Legibility is a little tough for me, but I like that the A in the end.
Maybe if they were like a really famous band and you knew their logo.
Yeah. Agreed. It's by Roland.
Cool.
Nice. Cool color effects on that kind of prismatic image. I think we already might have seen this by Marco. Nice job. This is by Anthony, The Cruisers. Nice.
Cool. I like that white border.
This nice desaturated kind of beigey color. San Fran, the album. Nice. With the little Golden Gate Bridge in the background.
Still haven't seen it yet. I will.
Yes, you better. Unless the fog is covering it. Yeah. It's by Natalia. San Fran, Feel the Beat. Nice. This is an interesting little pattern in the back. I wonder how you made that, Natalia.
Yeah, that's cool.
Let us know. It's by Paul. What's up, Paul? Are you in chat? How you doing? So this is the Embarcadero. I'm wondering, Paul, if you made this with Capture. Like some of these images look like you might have taken them. Nice job. San Fran, Fly High by Dinesh. Definitely a lot of seagulls here. Can confirm.
I like the red.
Nice. Ooh, this looks like a remixed version.
Pigeons in plastic.
Yeah. You know what's up, Dara. Nice job. San Fran. Cool. Nice little guitar. Kind of reminds me of Santana. By Laura. San Fran, The Other Day. Nice. By John Stone. Everywhere else. Cool. This almost has kind of like a poisony, psychedelic feeling.
Yeah.
Liberty and Jay. Ooh, very artistic. Abstract.
The guy on the left is San and the one on the right.
Yeah, this is San and Fran together in their self-titled album. This looks like the Golden Gate Bridge, which I'm assuming it's supposed to be, but almost like guitar frets too.
Ooh, I like that. That's
interesting.
Cool. I saw the guitar. I didn't see the bridge.
And San Fran Off Limits. Nice little logo here.
Yeah.
Good job.
There's so many to choose from.
I know. We'll have to curate this list down quite a bit. Golden Across the Sound. Nice. And this is one that we've already seen. So we're back to the beginning. Nice job, everyone. It is time for the giveaway. So what did we decide?
I think socks. I think that was the most popular one.
All right, Adobe Live chat. Would you like these socks? These ones? Do you want these 2 socks? You can't have these, but we will send you fresh new ones. So chat, all you have to do is say something in the chat pod. Make sure you're logged in on Behance. So be.net/live is the best place to watch us. If you're over on YouTube, come on over to Behance so you can chat with us. Say something in chat, which is how you enter the giveaway. And we'll have Adobe Live team pick a random winner. Yeah,
the
right?
chat is blowing up.
Here we go. We needed to keep our feet warm. Yeah, we're having a bit of a cold snap here in California. So maybe someone on the West Coast will win. Maybe somebody in the actual cold parts of the United States will win, or around the world.
Yeah, someone who deserves warm socks.
Yes, right.
It's actually it's colder here than I thought it would be.
Right. Adobe socks, yay! Awesome. So Adobe Live team will work some Adobe magic in just a bit. Let us know who the winners are. And if you don't win the giveaway, no worries. We're still working on the challenge. So you have 30 minutes to get your submissions in. I just showed some for some inspiration. And if you don't win this stream, you have one more stream today. And then Wednesday and Thursday, we'll have totally different challenges. So very cool. Nadi says, work your magic. Come on, let's get a winner.
People are complaining about how cold it is where they are.
They're like, please, listen to my sob story. Nice. Yes.
Tim deserves the socks.
Confirmed. Socks for dance. Oh, that'd be nice. Nice and slippery. These are like pretty thick and comfortable too. Wear them with your suits.
Are they one size fits most type of deal?
Maybe. These look pretty big.
Yeah. Someone with big feet in a cold area.
Yep. It'd be a perfect sock puppet. We might have missed the winner. I'm not sure. Yay! Joel Botts is the winner. Congratulations, Joel. Congratulations. You are the winner of 2 amazing Adobe socks. Adobe Live team will be in contact with you on your Behance messages, so make sure you keep your eyes out for that. And let's jump back into what you're working on.
Yeah.
Sorry I took you away for so long.
Oh, no, that's okay. It's for a good reason.
True. It's for the chat.
So I'm going to go ahead and edit another photo. I think what I'm going to do is, like, for this first section, keep the photos in the same sort of duotone, and then just to separate that from the interview, maybe the interview will have, like, a different color scheme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a nice photo, Dustin. I agree. This looks like the iPhones have that new portrait mode where it changes everything into shadow.
Yeah,
the hair creates like such a nice shadow.
Hair. Yeah,
it's like a walking frame. It's awesome.
Yeah, I was told once that my choice of colors is just like poopy colors, like colors that are just really
it's earthy, man.
Yeah, earthy. That's a better
natural. That's funny.
Okay, so here's an example of where I might break the grid.
Uh-oh, everybody.
So I just feel like, you know, her hair deserves a little more space.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'll bring it out to here and then move the type over a little bit as well.
Cool. She's like, please, excuse me, need more space.
Yeah.
This is me.
It's like I didn't sign up to be confined in a grid.
That is not me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to do, along the lines of adding this gray background, sometimes I also, add a little gradient in the, I guess this would be called the spine.
Mm-hmm.
So what that does for me is helps me like envision what it's gonna feel like when this is actually printed, because you do lose some visibility in the spine. It also just looks really cool, I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
So sometimes I'm really tempted to leave it. I may leave it here at the end.
I mean, it's a good mock-up.
Yeah. It's like a live mock-up while you work.
Especially if you're showing, like, your client, this is what it'll look like. You gotta sell it to them.
Yeah. So I'm actually, let's see, I'm gonna put this in a layer I generally like don't really use layers in InDesign, maybe just in the master pages. And I'm gonna multiply it in case it overlaps anything.
Boom.
Oops.
I was like, that's not what multiply does. What's happening?
Okay, so believe. Okay, cool. So now when you go here, it's sort of like a, I don't know, helps you see what it'll look like when it's printed.
Just like adding that light gray in the background.
Yeah. And I think maybe what I'll do is also, instead of having black text, I feel like Erykah Badu is a little funkier than black text. So maybe do some green.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back on the master page and change these.
Nadia is throwing candy at me so that I'll give her a pillow. That would work, Nadia.
You did say they would get rowdy.
Yes. They're going to get rowdy for these pillows. I just know it. Yes, it is a great tip. Everyone is very appreciative of your gradient spine tip.
It's also just super trendy right now, so watch out.
Watch out.
Watch out. Yeah, I may or may not keep it. We'll see. Maybe we'll have a vote on the last day if the gradient stays or goes.
Right.
And then I can also, I think, pull out some quotes maybe to overlay over the photos.
Oh, cool.
Let's see.
And yeah, Dustin, these videos are available on the Creative Cloud YouTube channel immediately after the stream is over. So at 12:55, if you go over to the Creative Cloud YouTube channel, you can see our faces again, or you can just come back tomorrow, or you can just stick around for the last stream of the day. Your choice.
Oh, yeah. This is like one of my favorite parts of the profile. It's like a quote from one of her songs. It's basically just like her really like diva-like voice message system. So I think that might be a really interesting like pull-out quote to feature.
You mean like if someone leaves her a voicemail, this is what they get? That's awesome.
It's like, if you're calling to do this, please press 5.
If you're calling to do this, don't leave a message. I don't care.
She made the profile talks about this mixtape that she made that basically covers all different songs that have to do with cell phones. It talks a lot about that actually, so we can get some cell phone quotes. That would be good.
Interesting. Yep, they're the earthy colors again. Quote unquote earthy. I also gravitate towards like less than desirable colors sometimes.
I'm just, like if it was up to me, everything would be black. So when I do have to use colors, it's kind of like, it's more challenging. So I'm going to set this in Bureau, which we previously said was going to be a display type.
Oh, cool. Nice little call out.
I think this helps too because a lot of times not everyone has time to sit down and like read the whole thing, especially if they're browsing like in a bookstore or something. So if you, I don't know, call outs and things like that help people who skim, because people do skim.
Oh yeah. You have to assume that people are not going to actually look at
everything.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so I'm gonna, let's see.
I think was Annie that sent this question over. Sorry, I missed your name, but how do you get a check mark next to your name? The check marks are our moderators. So they've got the power. Better behave. Yeah, Anne, gotcha. And if you do want to send over your challenge, I saw someone was wondering where to send it. Go to be.net/live, click on the challenge tab, and there's a link there for you. There's some amazing challenges. A lot of challenge entries. Ooh, Miriam has a good question about having an issue when she's printing out black, but it doesn't actually print out black. It's more gray. Is that like a true black issue?
Yeah, I have those issues too. Trial and error is honestly like my best piece of advice. I think a lot of times if you set things to black and you're in CMYK, I think that's like technically not a true black. I'm not sure. Sorry, I don't know the answer to that. A lot of that stuff is solved by like printing as you go, and then you see that something's, you know, not perfect.
Right.
And you have to go back and fix it.
So Daniel says there's 4-color black, so the color that you get when you combine C, M, Y, and K, I guess, and then 1-color black. Black
so that would be a
composition.
true black, I guess, the 4-color.
Rich black, there you go.
Yeah, and I think there are some settings where you can set the... Sorry, it's hard to...
Of course.
There are some settings where you can like have InDesign show the blacks as different and have them show the same. So like right now, I think the default is that they show up the same, which is why you don't see it till it prints.
Right.
But you can have it show that way.
So many people have good tips about this. Thank you, Chet. You are awesome.
Yeah, saving my butt. Okay. I think this is looking okay for now.
Cool. I like the mix of the different typefaces.
Yeah, so right now I'm kind of playing off of those rivers that we talked about before.
Right.
Whereas I think it's a problem in body text, you can sort of play with it more as like a compositional element in other places. Like that looks pretty funky.
That nice like olive army green is so cool.
Yeah. And then I kind of like it in black. I'm trying not to use black because we have so many other beautiful colors to pick from. I guess this one could be like green and orange.
I like the experimentation. Cool.
This is like a little bit hard to read, but I kind of like it.
Yeah. That's the cool thing about zines, is it's like you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, like this is sort of vibrating. This would be like an example where I'd print it out and see, does this hurt my eyes a lot? Is it working?
Or does it hurt it just enough to make it interesting?
So I'm going to leave that for now. Let's see. I mean, a lot of this is just me scanning through the text, and so I'm going to take this out now that it's on the left.
Oh, cool.
A lot of times your callouts are repeated in the text, but I want this to be like as short as possible.
Yeah.
So
cool. And it acts as its own little piece of work on the left.
Yeah. It's sort of, instead of interfering with the body, it's like an image in itself, which is nice.
Right.
I'm also right now doing this thing where I'm just alternating which side the photo is on. I'm not like, it doesn't necessarily need to stay that way. Maybe sometimes there are 2 columns of text next to each other. This is a lot to read, especially in like a zine setting.
True.
So I'm not totally sure. There's this one line where she says, "I'm the OG." I'm trying to find it.
Self-proclaimed OG.
Let's see. I can also...
Yeah, there you go. Search for. Terrence wants to know what font or typeface are you using on that red on green? So it was...
So this one is Bureau Grotesque, and then this one is Hawthorne.
Hawthorne. I almost said Hamilton. Like, that's not right.
Close enough.
Another H word. Got about 15 minutes until that deadline is going to hit. You all in chat that are working on your challenge entries. So 15 minutes. If you get it in after 12:30, it will be shown in the next segment. Queen. Are her eyelashes like purple?
I think so. Oh, they're definitely fake.
Oh, okay.
But yes.
Well, yes.
Pink and purple.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think this one would go really well with I'm the OG type of deal. I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing I've been doing.
Nice.
And then just make sure. Again, I'm just eyeballing this.
And it's also good to think about how if you're going to be printing this on kind of a light gray newsprint, like those lighter values.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I was, so what you can do to like,
would that be multiply?
Simulate that, yeah.
Or overlay?
Multiply that. Yeah, so those whites aren't really going to be white. They're going to be kind of...
Boy, I like it like that.
Yeah.
Nice and faded. Also very trendy.
Yeah, cool. And then these.
Cool. Mani entered the challenge. Awesome, Mani. Thank you. Can't wait to see your submission. So I think doing all of these things to make what you're working on as realistic or as close to what the actual printed version would be it's nice for the designer to actually know, like, okay, how is this actually going to turn out?
Yeah, definitely. It helps keep the surprise down when you print something. You never want to be like, oh
no.
I mean, sometimes that's the way that you get something that's super exciting, but sometimes you don't want to be surprised.
True. Kaylee wants to know, what resources or tips would you recommend to someone who isn't a designer but wants to improve their design and illustration skills?
I think
practice. Caveat.
I think I may have said this earlier, but I think the best way sort of to start learning the programs is to make up a project for yourself.
True.
And then as you're trying to learn different things, you can search for tutorials online. And for me, that works better than sitting and watching someone do something. That helps too, seeing other people's workflow, but I think that comes a little later in the process after you sort of like figure your own thing out.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely a lot of like self-initiated projects. I would say don't wait for school projects or clients, just sort of look at places that are doing what you want to be doing and make a project that sort of follows their, workflow.
Yeah, definitely. And Kevin, I just got your submission and it looks like you sent over your whole Creative Cloud library. Maybe if you could just send over just your finished image, that'd be awesome. Ooh, Joel has a good idea. He likes to take an established brand like Coke, for example, and redesign the look and feel of the product. So that's a nice little self-initiated project you could do.
Yeah.
Andraja wants a Adobe Live stream on print technology. That'd be interesting. We are very digital over here.
Yeah. What would print technology sort of encompass?
I don't know. Maybe could be 3D printing, different just actual paper print techniques. I don't know a ton about it.
Yeah. I think it's nice when you sort of have like a connection to the production of the work, like as opposed to just like sending it off and seeing it come back. Let's see.
Ooh, Kaylee wants screen printing. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Oh, Jan Eric has a good question for you. Does the paper type dictate the design and layout process? For example, rough textured paper versus glossy.
I think it might actually be the other way around. Like based on what you're trying to do with the design, you would pick a certain paper type. Like if you want something more casual or more disposable and cheaper. Honestly, money has a lot to do with it too, your production method. So like zines are typically known for being low cost, so I would think that newsprint is appropriate for that. Then like photo books are typically like high gloss white paper. There aren't really like rules for it, but I do think I don't know, there are right times for certain types of paper.
Yeah, definitely. Alexander, how do you decide what question to answer? If I see it, I try my best to ask her. But if I don't ask your question, feel free to repeat it, or maybe someone in chat can help you out.
Yeah.
A lot of words whizzing by. Jim says, yeah, budget is usually a deciding factor, unfortunately, on what paper or medium you use.
I'm just messing around with the stroke here.
Cool.
I think I have to be selected on the type to... Oh, here we go. Nothing is happening.
Is it outlined?
No.
There
Thank
we
you.
go.
Let's
try it out. Yay.
Yay.
Oh, nice.
So, I don't know. I mean, whatever I do here will probably be repeated somewhere else just so it feels more like a system and less like random.
Yeah, it's decorative.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both, especially because it's a zine. I think, like, for example, I'm trying to keep the type size of this and the bureau here the same, just to have some consistency, but definitely not too much.
Gotcha. Nanette, thank you so much for being here. It was your first time on Behance today. Really do not know what it does and how to use it. Nanette, come back and visit us anytime. Usually live Tuesday through Thursday every single week with different themes every week. So this week just happens to be graphic design. We've got illustration coming up in the future weeks. And Behance is great for building your portfolio. So it's really easy to upload projects, share them. You can even make a more professional, quote-unquote, portfolio using Adobe Portfolio. It's connected to your Behance, and you get access to it if you have a Creative Cloud subscription.
I'm actually thinking now there might be too much green going on. So...
What week is Coffee Table Book Week? That could be this week, Daniel. It's a pretty cool idea. This is like a mini coffee table book.
It's like a, I don't know, bedside table book, maybe.
There you go. So I'm opening up some submissions because they are just flooding in. We've got about 8 minutes left to get your submissions in. We'll look at a couple right now. Cool. Yep, 8 minutes left. So we can pop over to my screen and check some of these out with chat. This is by Oscar. San Fran, Dancing the Night Away. Nice job. I like this one. It's very zine-like.
Catering to the judge.
You're pandering, but I like it. Nice job. Also using kind of the duo tone, but or more half tone, I guess. Nice job. It's by Caitlin. San Fran, Lock Me Up in Alcatraz. Nice. Who is this? A person I should know who they are?
I don't know. He's got great hair.
There you go. Lock me up. My hair looks too good. It's illegal. This is really nice little illustration. The missing
People are
piece.
doing these so fast. Like,
Yeah.
When did this happen?
So many creative people in chat, and they're also very quick workers. This is awesome. Cool illustration, San Fran. I wish, like, if I played the saxophone, I would love it if shapes just, like, poured out of it. It's by Michael. Nice, you've got a CD. And the CD wrap. Nice job. David, best hits rock music. Cool.
I like the little flower coming out of the F. It's cool.
Oh,
Or
this?
roots.
I was like, wait, yeah. I thought
Tree.
it was a
It's
tree.
a tree.
Yeah.
I thought it was one of those like those little white puffy flowers. The dandelion.
Like a dandelion, yeah. Could be. Upside down, inverted. Oh, nice.
I like the little hand.
Yes, the little
cute.
mock-up of, but it matches the graphic style.
cute.
Nice job, QL Gordon. And maybe this is supposed to be the Golden Gate Bridge? I don't know. I'm trying to find, like, these little design secrets.
Yeah,
by
this one
Money.
too. Like the background kind of goes with it, which is nice.
Nice job. Shows the whole package. It's by Collude. San Fran Higher. Nice. Freedom by Lindsay. Imaginary Band. Nice job. You've even got the little logo in here.
I like how the type is interacting with the dress or
Yeah.
skirt.
Definitely. I was thinking maybe the OG on her face could interact with it somehow
Oh, yeah.
in Erykah's, but I'm not sure how it would work. It's by Mauricio. Nice. Under the Golden Gate Bridge. Cute little pattern got here. It's by Soa. San Fran.
Oh, she goes to my school.
Oh, nice. This looks very like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
That's cool. I
Nice
like the little
job.
moon or sun.
Peeking through. Oh, nice. Little thumbprint. We love that sound. Nice job. San Fran, ready to groove. Whoa, the digital
cool.
world. Nice, Marani. This is by Paul. Simple.
I like it. Still legible.
Mm-hmm. Got beach vibes. Bridge to the Stars. It's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Got Pillow Talk by Jim. Are these lyrics? Seems like
I
it.
can't even see those. That's cool.
Nice little detail. And it's by Ibrahim. Kids also like music, it's true. This is some nice like iridescent printing on there.
It's a cute little cactus man.
Mm-hmm. So I think that is all of the new submissions. Great job, everyone. You've got 4 minutes left to get your submissions in. I will condense this list down quite a bit, and we will have Chantal pick a winner when it gets closer to the end of the stream.
So many choices.
I know.
Okay, so where were we?
Where were we?
I was like kind of messing around with this. I don't know. I thought the green background was like too much earthy green, but with this, maybe orange.
What do you think, chat? What are your favorite color combinations? And we're looking for things that are a little bit experimental, a bit strange. That's cool. It's like tonal, color on color.
Yeah, I think there's like a weird transparency effect. Yeah. It's not bad, but I don't love it either.
Ooh, Nadia likes yellow and orange. Sorry to interrupt. Orange and blue.
Yeah. Well, I guess this is an example of getting stuck on something, and I'm just gonna leave it where it is and come back to it.
Cool.
Let's see. And the ideas for these like side things are all coming out of content from the text, so just gonna read a little bit.
David, the submissions from the last few minutes are still in. Yes, I was just showing a couple that had come through, but yes, if you've submitted before 12:30, you will be shown. No worries. Maria likes greens and browns, earthy tones. That's an awesome hat.
It is, yeah. She has some pretty funky accessories.
Natalia wants to know your favorite fonts.
I kind of knew this question was going to come up, and I wasn't prepared.
Not prepared.
I don't know. It changes a lot. I guess right now, Founders Grotesque might be my favorite. It's tough to pick favorites. There's always like a font in the back of my head that I want to use for next project, and then once I use it, I'm like on to the next.
Yeah, got it out of your system.
But right now it's Founders, and I'm going to use it, so who knows what it'll be next.
So many submissions, you creative people, you. Wasn't sure what to call you. You. Daniel says Hawthorne and Freight Sands. Yes, she definitely likes hers.
I do.
Those. Dara says her headwear is inspirational. Yeah. She's got some Mad Hat game. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. So if we go off of that one person who said things should face, she should be opening her arms towards the center of the spread, I guess. Guess we can have some more type.
Ricky wants to know, do you have a tool that you use to pull a color from a picture? There's an eyedropper tool, right?
Yes. I usually just press I. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. It's right here.
There you go.
So I'm thinking maybe could have like the text become sort of like a border. Let's see.
Interested to see what you mean.
Yeah. So if I use the type on a path tool.
Oh, okay.
Where's my cursor?
All right, y'all, that is 12:30. So the submission deadline is here. Make sure that you have got your submissions in, and if they come in after 12:30, we will just be showing them in the next segment, so no worries about that. I'll get these all opened, and we can look at them, curate the list, and we'll probably pick a winner in about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes. Amy Wang says, Chantal, you're the coolest.
Amy Wang. She's my friend.
Amy, thanks for being Chantal's
friend. It could be another
friend.
Amy Wang, but if this is my Amy Wang, thank you.
You're friends anyways.
Yes.
All Amy Wangs are your friend. And mine. We're friends now, Amy. It's confirmed.
Okay. Okay, this is like not bad.
Yeah, it's cool.
Maybe the text, maybe the photo will be like confined here and the text will be outside. I'm terrible at explaining what I mean, but you'll see.
Yeah, I will show you.
So let's make the text this green color. Oh, I think it has a weird multiply thing on it.
Oh, yep. What's up, Yuri? Welcome to the stream. It is your Amy. She says, Chantal, it's me. Amy.
Hi, Amy.
I'm in here.
What is going on with this? It's just not... I just don't see it anywhere.
Is it?
It says it's green. Mm-hmm. Oh, the tint is on 10.
Nice.
Classic mistake.
Isn't it the best when you can actually solve your problems?
Yes.
These creative tools.
Very rare.
Yeah. You just feel so accomplished.
I'm actually going to delete that master page item because I think it's getting in the way.
Cool. So the page number
yeah.
and the name of the article.
I do that a lot. I'm pretty sure that's okay. I guess that's an example of like breaking the system that you built.
Yeah. You built it, so you can break it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me get these submissions open and we can look through, and then we'll get our master list. People are saying that experimental design is really cool, which I agree. This is very experimental and nice.
Yeah, except I think I messed up. Well, not in a big way, but I think I wanted to say on and on and on.
Oh, so shoot.
So I need to just copy and paste it again.
So delete it all. Boom, 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 boom. Wow, fit pretty perfectly.
Yeah, cool. I like that. I think it's working. And I just got that from the name of her song. Let's see.
Yeah, Joel, great point. You can save color libraries. So if you find inspiration, you can save your swatches, save them as libraries. You can also use Adobe Capture, which is a mobile app, and grab photo themes, color themes from photos or the world around you. And it's really nice. It'll pick tones and hues and values that make a nice color family. It won't just pick a bunch of random ones. It'll pick like lighter values, darker values, mid values, making sure everything is pretty balanced. And it's free. So check it out. Meta says this is looking really neat.
Thanks.
Super neat.
Okay, so I guess another thing I do is just sort of like look at the overall pacing of the zine and see like what should maybe come next. So we've got like some orange and greens, green, orange. Yeah, I think I need more orange just to like have it be less random looking when it's here. Or maybe this just needs an image in the background. It seems a lot flatter than everything else.
Right.
Nice vertical image.
Perfect. Oh, darn, Mitch, that's the worst. Says the employer that he wants to work for is hiring a designer right now and your portfolio isn't ready. You can do it, Mitch.
Yeah, I never feel like my portfolio is fully ready. I think you just gotta put yourself out there.
Yeah, it's tough because you don't want to come across as not being the person that they want. But you can definitely curate your portfolio to be a little more like fitting of what you're trying to be.
Yeah, I think I'm soon gonna have to do that once graduate, sort of get some real world projects in there,
Yeah.
there'll definitely be ones that get kicked off.
Definitely. I submit like a different portfolio for any job that I apply for.
Yeah, that's a good strategy too.
Or changing your resume, not lying on it, but just like including the things that are
curating.
important. Yeah. Are you usually designing on an iMac or a MacBook Pro? Lee wants to know.
I am designing on a MacBook Pro. I do have a nice display monitor at my desk in studio. I should be using it more,
Yeah.
but honestly, I just like never got into the practice of like using a mouse and a keyboard
Yep.
and like the big thing. It definitely is better for posture.
Yeah.
It's nice to have 2 screens. I don't know.
It's true.
If you have one, I recommend you use it.
Yeah, it's hard though, because once you like take your laptop away and you want to use it, you have to like get into different work modes.
Yeah. Also,
tough.
I have a 13-inch, which just really
It's just little.
it's small. I'm just trying out every single thing here.
Cool. While you're doing that, we can show some contest submissions. These are all of the submissions for this segment, and then we will have the next segment that the rest will be shown on if they were sent after the deadline. So this is by Vanilla, or Vanille, however you want to say it. San Fran. This is really cool because it already looks like it's spinning like an album. Some vinyl. Hot Waves. Nice job.
Cool.
And let us know if it's Vanille or Vanilla. I'd like to know. This is by Chelsea, a similar kind of color feeling. Very pastel gradient.
Nice.
Nice job, Chelsea. Got some sound waves in the background. Very cool. This is by David. Scary. Don't yell at me. But cool.
Is that glitter on his face?
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Very emotive. That's good.
I thought it was like blood.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
glitter's
no glitter.
good.
By Anaga. Established 2012. Cool. San Fran rocks. Nice job. Ooh, music for the mind, body, and soul.
Looks kind of like a postcard.
Mm-hmm. Nice. It
Funky.
kind of looks like you might have typed it out and then masked some images into the background.
Mm-hmm.
Nice job. Ooh, cool. Self-titled San Fran. Very cool. I really like the design, and I kind of wish that there was like a second asset for the actual sticker on the vinyl. It looks like this is just a mini version of this.
Yeah, especially because it's square.
Mm-hmm. Yay, my favorite bridge by Kate. Nice
I
job.
like those abstract weaves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this whole thing is pretty abstract and cool. Definitely leads your eye. San Fran cover, Electro House. Nice. These look like airplanes, origami cranes. Very abstract. This is cool. Very clean. I think there's a second thing to look at. Oh, cool. One might be the jacket and one might be the...
They
Yeah.
heard me say I like black.
Mm-hmm.
So.
They're like, here we go. It's by Camiar. Pretty hand lettering. It looks like it's hand painted too.
I like those colors.
Mm-hmm. Nice job. Fun. San Fran, there's the city. This is everything you get to see when you're in San Francisco. First time in San Francisco.
Yeah,
Exciting.
hopefully I will get to see a lot
See
of
all the things. By Ricky. Colors in the Shadow. Stone's Throw. Nice. Ricky, you're over in Oakland. Neighbors. What's that? It's by Amanda. Got those classic San Fran houses,
Nice.
townhomes, millions and millions of dollars. But beautiful.
Yeah.
Stuff in the margins. Marginalia. Nice. Cool. So I will kind of curate this list down to maybe a top 10 or so, and in about 10 minutes we'll have you pick a winner.
Sure.
Sound good? Cool. Great job, everyone in chat. If you didn't get a chance to submit, there's one more stream today that you can submit to.
Cool.
Daniel says, if this gets more popular, you have to say the first 500 submissions count. That's how it feels, Daniel. It's a lot of
I'm
cats
just
to
happy
wrangle.
you're the one doing the narrowing down. I feel like that's the tough part.
Full-time job. Can I be top 10, throw all the candy bribes? Daniel? If it were in person, it would probably work. but I won't be enticed by your digital candy. Fallen for that trap many times. Cool. This kind of olivey on top of the burgundy.
Yeah, I think it works. I'm pretty sure it's legible.
Oh, and there's the image in the background.
Yeah, maybe if these had some sort of stroke on them.
Shelly, is there a template for this challenge? There is not. All it has to do is, all it has to be is a square and be made in Illustrator, InDesign, or Photoshop, or a combination of all of those. Yeah, there you go, Dara. Template is a square.
All right, these are gonna all stay the same color for now. I want to make sure hard. I'm bringing in that orange in other places like I did here.
And it's hard because, yeah, I was going to say that looks more like a red, but maybe you see more orange. Who knows?
Let's see. I think right now I have the red layer over the image and soft light, maybe.
Do you have a favorite blend mode?
I probably use multiply the most.
Yeah, me too.
The rest I kind of just like, I'm not like totally sure what they all do, and I kind of just mess around, but I think that's part of the fun.
Yeah. It is really interesting once you actually learn like what these modes are doing to your image. It's like, whoa.
Yeah. It's cool because a lot of them are just mimicking things that happen in like different print mediums.
Exactly. Dara, no biggie, but what's a CD? I don't even remember. My gosh.
Yeah, one of my original ideas for what I was going to do on here was going to be like a CD booklet type of thing.
You remember CDs?
I do. I remember my first CD.
What was it?
It was two. It was Usher's Confessions.
Wow.
And it was Hilary Duff's Metamorphosis. Two very different music genres, but
that's awesome.
They were good. Yeah.
I remember that time of life. Very specific time of life. I think my first CD was Britney Spears. Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Yeah, it's a good one.
But I wasn't really like, I don't know. I don't even know the difference between NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. It's like...
Yeah, I never really got into that stuff.
Yeah, it was big when I was little, but I was listening to like whatever my dad was listening to.
Yeah, we had this really weird Michael Jackson. I mean, it wasn't weird. I don't know why I said that. It was this... Michael Jackson DVD of like his best hits.
The DVD? Like a video?
Yeah, it was about like all his music videos, and we had that in like the DVD player in our van, and so that was all we watched.
That's
was
funny.
Just the replays of these.
It's like you were watching music.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that was entertaining for whoever was driving, like as opposed to listening to children's cartoons.
Yeah.
They got to hear music, and we were watching something.
And they're definitely really entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
Alex says, my first cassette was Tim McGraw. Nice. I remember we used to listen to the Wedding Singer cassette all the time. It was like such a random soundtrack, but it's a good soundtrack. Not gonna lie. Yu Zhao says, Oceanized by Owl City was your first one. Nice. It's probably a CD.
Yeah. I don't think I ever had any cassettes.
At least you know what they are.
I do, yeah. I've probably held one in my hand before.
I've held one. I've touched the artifact. Ooh, Colleen had the Sleepless in Seattle soundtrack on cassette. First CD, Weezer Blue Album. Nice. It's a good little mix. Ooh, I like this double spread you're doing.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking, so what I was thinking for the zine was that like one article starts on one end of the book. Again, I can't explain. Okay, let's say this is the zine.
Okay.
This is the front cover, and
Gotcha.
they would sort of like meet in the middle, and then you
Oh.
flip it over. And
Gotcha.
it'd be like the other article.
Moochie.
Muji.
Yay,
Yes.
the best.
So I'm thinking this might be the spread where they meet in the middle.
Cool.
So maybe I'll also edit this photo to match the other color scheme.
So are you a connoisseur of zines? Or are you kind of just diving into this for the first time?
I'm pretty much diving into it. I'm more of like a magazine person.
Gotcha.
But in terms of doing something like more expressive and I guess more fun to watch than like, setting a publication, I think this is... That's why I went with the zine. But I do think also zines lend themselves to certain types of dialogues, and I know they have like a long history with feminism and sort of like marginalized communities, both because they're cheap, but also they're like democratic in a sense. You can like hand them out.
Yeah, anyone can make one.
Yeah.
I know a lot of this like punk rock, big maker of zines. Yeah, it's almost like a pamphlet, like a here's my manifesto.
So I'm thinking the other color scheme I'm gonna do is this like purple. No, what did I just do?
Oh no.
So
Matthew says, my friend used to run a punk rock zine. There you go. And Megan says, I'm really digging the theme here. Very well done.
thanks. What is that noise?
Somebody's having fun outside. Pretty sure it's drums.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
What do you think, chat? Matthew used to get so many free promo CDs from your punk rock friend. Nice.
Oh yeah, it'd be cool if the zine like came with a CD.
Yeah, right.
I guess that wouldn't make it super cheap.
Ooh, Kathy, that's a great question. Chantal, who or what inspires you? It seems like your family history inspires you.
Yeah,
quite a bit.
definitely. In a sense, I'm inspired by my own culture and identity. But I think in a larger sense,
He's gonna go cut the party short.
I enjoy reading all different types of publications, and so a lot of what I do is inspired by like certain words or stories. I guess my work tends to be like literature focused or culture focused.
Yeah. It's awesome. I'm gonna guess that it's a Chinese New Year, like Lunar New Year celebration. Am I right? Maybe. That's what it sounds like.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a new master page, and I'm gonna start sort of working on the other half of this, which is the interview. Let's see. So the first article was called Godmother of Soul.
There you go. Yeah, Daniel, it is Year of the Dog. Year of the Earth Dog. So we've got about 6 minutes left.
Cool.
Until it's over. Did it go fast?
Yes,
You're
it
like,
did.
what?
It did.
How'd this happen? So I have a list of 2, 4, 6, 8, probably more like 15 or 16 to choose from. So maybe before you jump into the next big chunk of your project, we can pick a winner.
Sure.
Cool. So these, I think, are strong in a bunch of different ways, either design or type or illustration. So good luck picking a winner. Just if you're checking in right now, chat, these are the challenge submissions for this stream. And if you want to submit to the next stream, you're welcome to. The winner of the challenge will win a free year of Creative Cloud. So the challenge was to create an album cover. It's by Amanda. Got Ricky. I like this because it uses photography too. Really clean. This, lots of movement. Very zine-esque. It even has the little, what are these called? Crop marks?
Oh, nice.
Cool little illustration. Nice color palette. I think that's what really draws me into this one. Nice job.
Oh, yeah. I like
Yeah,
this
this one's awesome. This little mock-up.
That little hand is so cute.
It's a great little detail. It really sells it. These are cool little graphic elements, the little waves, the bridge. Awesome Fear and Loathing-esque design by Soa.
Nice.
It's by Anthony. The cruisers, great colors. And
Yeah, I
use
like
of,
that muted pink color.
And the overlay or the blend mode. Nice use of that. And also I just noticed this kind of double stacked N and A.
Yeah,
that
that's
works
nice.
for both. Nice job, Anthony.
San and Fran.
San and Fran being best friends for life. Off Limits.
I
Nice
like this
little
one too.
graphic there. Nice job by Julia. This cool kind of Dahlia festival. So, oh, cool. So it'd be for the flowers, maybe?
Nice.
Nice job. Neon
Neon is
sign. It is. This kind of broken apart prism design.
like
So
that
do
too.
any of them kind of shine for you? Any favorites?
I think I do have a favorite.
Yeah?
The red one with the little illustrated arm. We talked about it a lot.
Perfect.
Yeah, I really
Awesome. QL Gordon, you are the winner of a free year of Creative Cloud. So congratulations. You made this decision pretty dang tough, everyone. Thanks for that. But let's talk a little bit about why you like this.
Yeah, I think it has a really nice like graphic sense to it. It's like flat, but because of the two different yellows in the dress, it doesn't feel too flat. And then,
Right.
of
Even this
course,
little shadows.
little shadow, yeah. There's the reference to the bridge without being like the the typical view of it.
Yeah.
So I think that abstraction works really well.
Right. There's even a very faint, which is good when it comes to this drop shadow beneath this little element. So it's flat, like you said, but
Yeah.
there is a little bit of depth to it. So this is by QL Gordon. Let's pop into your Behance portfolio, see what you're all about. Nice. It looks like you have a couple different projects in here. I don't know if you knew this, chat, but you can click on each other's icons and jump straight into Behance portfolios. You can give each other follows, message, check out other websites that may be connected to you. So great job, QL. You are the winner.
Congrats.
Yay. He says, yay. Faint drop shadows for the win. I agree. So we have like 3 minutes left. Maybe we can cover what you did today
Sure.
and then what you're going to be doing tomorrow.
Sure. So today what we did was, well, what I did
I did it too.
was sort of like choose the typefaces that I was going to use and then set up my document in a way where I could set the text and start dropping photos in and editing those photos. And then what I was about to start doing and what will continue tomorrow is the other half of the zine, which is...
I love that. You switched the colors.
Oh,
I
yeah.
missed that. Cool.
Yeah, I'm thinking this will be the point where they sort of like break apart. So this will be the other half of the zine with the interview in it. So that'll require like a little bit of a different paragraph style and similar pullouts
Maybe a different color theme.
with different colors. Yeah, I'm thinking
I read your
purple.
mind.
Yeah. And then if we go back to my super organized brief, we'll see that day 3, I mean, maybe we'll get to this at the end of tomorrow, but day 3 will be like the naming and identity system and all of that. So if anyone has any ideas, please share for naming. But that'll be fun too.
Think on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but speaking of your organization, even someone said this in chat. They're like, I really like this guest because she's so organized and professional. It makes
I'm glad someone enjoys that.
Yeah, no, I think it makes it easy to ingest. And it's kind of a straightforward story. So if you're just checking into Adobe Live, make sure you stick around. We have one more stream for the day. We've got Annie Hall and Terry White coming up next to do some more graphic design goodness. You can also submit to the challenge one more time today. It has to be a totally new submission for the album artwork. So go to be.net/live. You can get all of your info there. Make sure you are following each other. Follow Chantal. You can find her at
follow me.
Typebeast. Is that your name?
That's my Instagram. Yeah.
Cool. And then just your full name on Twitter is your handle.
Yes.
Awesome. So you can see her name down here. Oh, it went away. But stick around, everyone, because we'll be live in just a couple minutes. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.